exciting! Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we're celebrating Gahyun's birthday, and we are, of course, gonna start by checking out a fan cam because that's what we do now. It's for them. It's definitely 100% for them, for Gahyun, to celebrate her. I'm definitely not checking out another Two Rings fan cam purely for selfish reasons. I'm excited to check this out. Look, I love this song in general. Every time it comes on, when I'm just have my music on shuffle, I always have a great time. And it wouldn't be a birthday celebration without some science. I just feel like the scientific method is really important. And we checked out this fan cam for Gahyun. Science is about repeatable results. So I think that it's only fair to give Gahyun her moment of getting to prove what this choreo really can do, right? I'm excited to get to focus in on her and see a little bit more about what she does with this performance when she isn't the focal point of the whole routine. A familiar opening panel. There's a lot happening at the beginning here. There's a lot going on. Ooh, interesting, because I said earlier on that I never noticed how there was like the lead in, and then when those first beats happen, we almost have this activation of, because they have their opening stance of this choreo, and then there's a bit of a activation there. Gahyun's much more subtle than like Gahyun and Handang are, which is interesting. She has so much charisma that I'm like, I'm a little bit scared. Ma'am, you clocked that camera so fast. I need you to not be like that. I love how in all of these we just have like Sua like passing through. She spent a lot of time with her back turned to us. Ma'am. Okay, can we just talk? I was like, she has a lot of charisma. Can we talk about how much of this is her just waiting her turn on the outskirts of this formation? And then you see this moment where she moves into the formation and you can feel the shift in her aura of just even like turning around. Because here she's like starting to kind of get into it, and then you see her kind of like lock into it. Right? Moves over and then boom. Even that like head tilt. Ma'am. There's a lot of eyebrows happening right now, and I'm just like, girl. Even there though, like look at the change in her facial expression. Her eyes, the way that she's holding herself when she's the focal point and she's performing this. And then when she like moves off, you just see her like she goes back. Like her eyes shift, she's like paying attention to something else, and she's back to being our magnet. And I'm just like, look like this face. Performer. All the charisma. And then now look at her face. Look at her eyes. Like, that's just a cutie pie performing. Like, what? Even, oh my god, the smile. Girl, why are you so cute though? Like, that's a different person. The duality on full display. Oh, I saw, sorry. See the smile too? On the side. Cuties. I didn't realize that she like fully went off stage for this. I just felt like having fun. Off on the side, they're so cute. Look, in my defense, at this part I was paying attention to something else. And then back into it. I need her to not do this like smirk thing. She does this smirk half smile thing, and she just like briefly does it, and I need her to not. I need her to not be like that. Thank you. Like, she keeps clocking this camera, and I need that to not be like that. Ma'am, for science. Important science happening. Don't worry about it. like hip movement is like cute. Like she's like charisma, and then she like ratchets it back a little bit, and then she's cute. Like the duality is a little wild. Ma'am, no, don't smirk at me. Like, just the shift in her is incredible. But also, I was thinking that she has like completely shifted sides of the stage. I was just having a moment where I'm like, oh, you started off on the other side, and I know that we walked all the way off and then reset again. But it's just interesting to me to think of the way that we're flipping the stage around a little bit, at least for her positioning, right? She started off on stage right near the back of the formation, and now she's near the back of the formation, stage left, and we've just moved our way through the whole thing, right? Even all the way off stage. I never noticed that kind of loop that she did. Ma'am. I love the slowed down movements there too. Just before we get into what we're about to ratchet up into, for science, we're gonna see her little part again. For science! That's what we're here for, okay? Like, her aura is so different. I've never noticed how she switches so much from the two. I love that spin with the leg out, too. Like, again, even that, she just switches over. Again, always charismatic, always good stage presence. But the way that she changes the level of it, it's so much in the eyes. Don't raise your eyebrows and then look all smug there. I love this little fun part at the end. And then we switch again. Look, we were just cute. What's happening right now? Like her cute little nose scrunch. And then what happened there? What's... It's just, it's so fast. It's such a, I never noticed before, I'm gonna be honest, because a lot of the time when I check out performances, whether or not that's music videos, performance videos, even I've done her Playground. I've done a live performance of her solo Playground, which is on Patreon. I've seen her perform things, but a lot of the time I notice her when she's supposed to be the focal point, right? Or like she's performing in some way, like in the music videos, even when she's not necessarily her part, there are moments where she is the set. I keep hitting my mic, I'm too excited. There are points where she's like the focal point within the music video for like storyline things. So she's performing knowing that she is the focal point. Whereas in this, I never noticed how much she switched. In my brain, Gahyun was always super charismatic on stage, and she is. She has so much stage presence. It's actually incredible. But I never noticed before how much she switches. She has such a good, I don't know, control over the level of how much attention she's grabbing and the way that she can dial back when she needs to. She still has the charisma. She's still in the performance, but then when she knows that she's gonna have to be like even just at the center of the formation when someone else is at the front but she's right beside them, she dials it up a little bit more because she needs to be, she knows she's gonna be within that frame. And then when it's her part, she dials it up more, right? And that's so interesting to me, fascinating, and something I never noticed the nuances of that until this moment. It makes me appreciate her more as a performer. Look at that. I went into this knowing that I was going to enjoy it. I know that she's a great performer and that I like this performance in this song. I didn't think that I would come out of it with a deeper appreciation of what she is like as a performer. The nuances of her being able to control her facial expression, there's so much in her eyes of her controlling that, and the way that she resets for it. There are little habits I feel like she does, and hey, I think maybe I'm gonna have to check out more fan cams of performances if I really want to know all of the nuances of her performance. That's something I have to do to get answers. But there seems to be like little habits that she does to reset for that. She has like little head tilt. She has that half smirk thing that she does. There are little tiny things that she does as a way of resetting for the fact that she needs to be the focal point and she needs to turn up that charisma in order to be the center of whatever that part is. And I think that's really fascinating. It's just seeing the way that she goes about a performance. That being said, okay, look, we love Gahyun. After I've gushed about her, I will say I feel like there were a few points in that where she wasn't quite where she needed to be in terms of the performance. And again, it said there's all the love in my heart. And again, this is a performance that they were filming, right? Her not being entirely set for something is fine, because this is a filmed performance. She is not the focal point at the whole time. She is not on screen the whole time. There was a part where she was literally off stage. It's not like they're performing in front of an audience and therefore there's a certain caliber to this. This is a different thing. But there were a couple of points where she was almost unsure of being in the performance, and then you see her kind of lock in again. I was thinking at the beginning of it where she's standing still for quite a bit and then she has to start into the choreo and she looks like a tiny bit lost, and then she like fully gets into it. And there was one other time later on where she just seemed like a little bit, and she was clocking something with her eyes. So I don't know if that was a performance thing or if that again was like the set, right? Like them being in this studio performing for camera, doing this performance as a filmed thing that they were going to post. I don't know if there was something going on in this particular take, right? Because this is a one take part of them doing this performance. If there was something that she was clocking that was going on behind the scenes that would have pulled her out, right? Because if there's something going on, you might pull back and be like, oh, we're gonna have to cut and do a retake, right? So I don't know if that is part of it, and I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because I do know that she's a great performer. Again, I've seen other stuff with her, and when she was locked in, she was fantastic. I just want to put it out there though. I just want to make sure that I'm not acknowledging that I see something like that, because I think that seeing the way that she manages that and understanding that there's going to be more things involved with this kind of performance as opposed to performing for the live stage, I think is important to acknowledge, right? Her being able to get her way back into the performance, I think shows what a good performer she is and what a professionalism she has, right? That again, something inevitably is going to go wrong during a performance. It's how you adapt to that is the best part. And she locks in really quickly. And I think that is a really important part of being a performer. I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go into my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to see this next time I post a Dreamcatcher reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.